China. The Great Wall of China. There is little that can be said about the Great Wall of China that has not been stated over and over again throughout the wall's 2,000-year history. Construction of the Great Wall started in 221 BC to defend the Middle Kingdom from Mongol soldiers. But many of the sections were already in place, built by a series of independent kingdoms stretched across the land from Shanghai Guan on the east coast to a Jia Yuguan in the Gobi Desert. Emperor Qin Shi Huang merely oversaw the joining of these walls. The first chapter in the history of the Great Wall of China ended in 207 BC, when the last of the over 6 billion cubic feet of compacted earth was set into place. The Great Wall was only moderately effective in carrying out its purpose, even after it was faced with bricks and stones. Its real value came in the way it eased transportation throughout the land, acting as a kind of elevated throughway. Equipment, goods and passengers could more easily traverse the arduous mountainous wilderness that enveloped the Great Wall. As strange as it seems now, before a Great Wall of China tour was a prerequisite on any trip to the country, many of the sections fell into disrepair as time passed and the import of the towering structure lessened as marauding nomads dispersed into the annals of time. The history of the Great Wall of China and its return to significance was actually the work of the tourist industry. Now, there are plenty of popular sites where the day tripper can behold one of the most famous landmarks in the world. Badaling, Mutianyu and Simatai are the most popular spots to being a Great Wall of China tour. The closest to Beijing, where most travelers are approaching from its Badaling, about 40 miles northwest of the capital. Here is certainly the most popular spot for tour guides and those giving the Great Wall a cursory glance. Here you will find a glut of souvenir shops, cheesy restaurants and any number of other tourist traps. But for those who want to keep their transportation simple and convenient, this is the best place to learn the history of the Great Wall of China. The Great Wall Museum is also here. Mutianyu is not much better. Over 50 miles from Beijing, you will find a similar tourist-driven atmosphere at Mutianyu, though the wall is far more complex than in Badaling, as you will find a number of fascinating guard towers and some of the best views along any section of the wall. Experienced travelers know that near the small town of Gubeikou, the remains at Simatai are one of the best places to get an unfettered and more authentic look at the Great Wall of China. Watchtowers line the walls haphazardly, winging their way across the landscape. The only problem with Simatai is that it is a much more rigorous hike to view the wall. The terrain ranges from sharp inclines to steep drop-offs almost without warning, so it is certainly not for the beginning hiker. But those that make the trip to Simatai are sure to be rewarded with the best views in all of China. Tiananmen Square. The heart of modern China beats in Tiananmen Square, the symbol of the People's Republic and center of Beijing's landmarks. The flagstones of Tiananmen cover a staggering 440,000 square meters, enough space for a gathering of 1 million people. The Tiananmen Gate Tower sites at the north, while the 5-star red flag and the monument to the people's heroes dominates the center. You can visit the Great Hall of the People in the west and then go to the east for the National Museum of China. The Chairman Mao Memorial Hall and the Tiananmen Gate sits at the south of the square. Over several hundred years, many meetings and demonstrations are held here, making it a place where history is made. The square is listed as one of Beijing's top tourist spots, attracting tens of thousands of people daily. Every day during sunrise and sunset, you can see the ceremony of raising and lowering the national flag at Tiananmen Square. It's a must-see, so get there early since there are always crowds of people waiting to see this. During the October 1st National Independence Day, it becomes an even bigger event, definitely worth seeing if you happen to be in Beijing.